might win this game. Oh my God. Caitlin Clark was just cleared to play.
Happens if a single player is not only a star, but also the center of a league's solar system. What happens if that solar system abruptly stops functioning?
Breaking news. Caitlin Clark is back, guys. The reality's back. Caitlin Clark, Ponytail Pete. She's back. She's back. Thank the Lord. Now the ratings are up. I bet you Kathy Engelbert's like, please, Caitlin, for the love of God, can you please come back? This league sucks without you. She probably made so many phone calls, emails, tweets, probably even sent a telegram to come back.
The WNBA recently learned that the answer is a chilly silence and a great deal of panic. The short-lived disappearance of Caitlin Clark wasn't a coincidence. Rather, it was a seismic event that revealed the shaky underpinnings of a whole business.
WNBA television ratings down more than 50%. We should probably do a study on that. I'm not sure why that would be. Wait. Since Caitlin Clark's injury, ladies of the WNBA, she is the rising tide. She is essentially the sun at the beach. If she's not out, nobody else is. She equals ratings, revenue, and relevance. And those three things, the WNBA is dying.
Comeback is about more than just a single athlete putting on her sneakers once more. It's about the awkward realities and power struggles she brings back to the court.
Like for her and kind of what's her status for tomorrow?
It's been good. I think she's working her way back, and I felt like today was better than yesterday in terms of just movement and balance and feeling like she's getting back into rhythm, timing, all of those things. And as long as we don't have any progression.
Not only did the Indiana Fever's viewership plummet after Caitlin Clark left the floor due to her quad injury, but it also fell by an astounding 53%.
The WNBA will be in poverty. Caitlin Clark coming back to the WNBA, it will hit harder than snow in the 80s. It amazes me when y'all see the stats above. Around 98% of viewers that are going to come back and watch the WNBA. Why? It's because the best player in the world, the best player
Please subscribe to the WNBA if you're enjoying 850,000. It seemed like half of the audience just disappeared overnight.
Time to get over the angst, like she's changed the league. She doesn't show up. It's like the sun going behind a cloud at the beach. It's
Clark effect, which turned out to be more than just hype, was the league's economic lifeline. However, the financial bleeding was only one sign of a much deeper unease rippling through the league. Ticket prices that had once soared into the hundreds or even thousands for premium seats collapsed faster than a poorly constructed Jenga tower. The much-anticipated Chicago Sky matchup had fans spending over $200, but now prices have fallen to less than $100. And arenas still look depressingly sparse.
Officially cleared to play. 45 minutes ago on the X account for the Indiana Fever, they have announced she will be on roster and will play against Liberty. She's healthy. She's at full strength. The GOAT returns. You know what that means? It's time for everybody to start watching WNBA again. The ratings dropped by 55% while Caitlin Clark was out. I'm not shocked. You're not shocked. But apparently the WNBA Illuminati continues to stay shocked because they just don't understand.
Fear stems from more than just one player's return. It exposes a more serious weakness in the league's whole marketing strategy, which lies behind the brave faces and formal declarations. While Arena resonated with an unusual hushed whisper of full-blown panic, another story was developing.
We have not seen a woman that played basketball the way that she does. She revolutionizing the game before our very own eyes. To be honest, is anyone watching Angel Wilson? Angel Reese? The reason why most of these fans are watching the WNBA is because...
Let's dispel the myth around Clark's absence. The league attempted to demonstrate that it could function without her, but it was unsuccessful. When their personal relevance was at stake, the tough rhetoric seemed to stop significantly. Players who had spent the first part of the season publicly ridiculing Clark and collecting egregious fouls against the rookie, like twisted medals of honor, suddenly found themselves playing to half-empty stadiums.
Caitlin Clark,
has been hearing all the disrespect from the Black Clan and Black Clan panders. Indiana Fever this, Indiana Fever that, Great White Hope this, she turns the ball over that. But guess what? The God Caitlin Clark doesn't give 3 drops of hippopotamus urine about what any of you punk ass jabronis have to see. You see what Caitlin Clark is on the floor, assists get thrown. When Caitlin Clark is on the floor, the offense flows better. When Caitlin Clark is on the court, man, logo threes get bombed because she actually takes the game of basketball serious. She ain't out there bricking layups and shooting 30%. She ain't out by the poolside drinking alcohol with a $3 Party City wig on, because the God Caitlin Clark actually takes basketball seriously.
The very league that at times appeared to be resistant to her quick ascent was now reportedly making desperate calls, sending emails, and possibly even considering carrier pigeons to get an update on her return. Wasn't just about hurt feelings or professional pride, it was about the very thing that kept their careers going.
As you can imagine, a lot of people are fired up. Yeah, right there. Yeah, we're ready to go. Thank you. The demon's home. Yeah. Thank God. Yeah, a lot of rejoicing here in this post. The
economic power of one player's quadriceps was greater than that of entire marketing departments, forgetting little improvements. The arrival of Caitlin Clark is a seismic event for the economy.
Not only are they a good team, they're a smart team. Not only is Natasha Cloward a good defender, she's a smart player as well. You thought Caitlin Clark got roughed up the first time we saw the New York Liberty. Natasha Cloud's probably dripping from all of the drool, salivating at the moment.
According to sports economist Ryan Brewer, her influence might total an incredible $1 billion this season alone. And that's not just ticket sales. Merchandising is flying off the shelves. It's hardly a bad thing, because the WNBA knows that if she rushes back too soon and then injures herself even more, they're giving her as much time as she needs to be 100%, because, without a doubt, they need her in the playoffs and on the court for as long as possible. Tourism boosts in host cities include lucrative television deals and an almost incalculable cultural influence. Clark commanded figures like $670 for a chance. The Washington Mystics even rescheduled a game to a larger venue in Baltimore in anticipation of a Clark appearance, but ticket prices plummeted from over $140 to just $41 after she was ruled out. It became painfully clear that social media followers don't automatically translate into ticket sales or packed stadiums, and now that colossal shadow was poised to return directly into the path of an unstoppable force. Yes, I believe it's just like having the mindset that I don't need to make up for lost time simply by getting back into the swing of things and playing with my team. Well, we changed a little bit of what we did offensively while I was away. Just some things that we had to be more deliberate in because, well, we didn't play out pick and roll as much as I like to. And some of my teammates have other strengths, so we played to those more. So, just getting back into the swing of doing some of those things. But yeah, I think just getting out there and just keeping up the chemistry, the script couldn't have been written more dramatically. The league savior, fresh off injury, taking the court against the WNBA's perfect storm, the undefeated New York Liberty, with 9 wins and 0 losses. I believe that playing fast and up-tempo with my teammates will be the best thing we can do. With an average victory margin of close to 20 points, the Liberty weren't just winning. They were controlling. It was a cultural milestone and a litmus test for ESPN and ABC, which had significantly reduced their coverage of the Fever games under Clark's. Not only was there a lot of pressure on Clark to perform, but there was also a lot of pressure on the Liberty to maintain their perfect record against a re-energized Fever. This one game was a flashpoint for a much larger, uncomfortable truth that the league had been trying to ignore, as those who questioned her made fun of her or fouled her with questionable intent. Her return wasn't just a comeback. It was a reckoning when the league's most valuable asset went down. The carefully commissioner Kathy Engelbert might proudly declare Clark the most loved athlete in America. But that fame came with a scary dependence. Every wince and severe tumble Clark took sent shivers down the spines of league executives, shattering the artificial illusion of league mockery. Her absence exposed the WNBA's dependence on this one dynamic rookie. Other players also noticed the sharp contrast between the 17,000 Yailing fans Clark attracted and the 3,000 courteous fans at their own games. They knew her return would mean packed arenas once more, But it also served as a stark reminder that many of those fans weren't there for they supported her. This realization wasn't merely a remark. It was a psychological tool. Can you picture being a seasoned pro, Olympian, or champion, and then witnessing a rookie totally change the course of your league's history prior to her injury? Players who found it difficult to deal with Clark's initial rookie success now have to deal with the possibility of a Clark who was not just a gifted rookie, but a seasoned player. Clark was putting up incredible numbers, averaging nearly 20 points, over 9 assists, and 6 rebounds per game. She was returning rested, possibly with a score to settle not only on the scoreboard, but also in the subtle psychological games played out on the court. The mental toll of competing in the shadow of being constantly compared and found wanting was starting to show, and as the spotlight grew, it wasn't just individual players who were feeling the heat. The whole story of women's basketball was feeling the same way. Social media likes don't fill 17,000-seat arenas, but one rookie's presence does. Like many sports leagues, the WNBA has seen its fair share of stage drama and social media feuds to generate interest, but Clark's appeal is unique. It's almost primal, and she doesn't need to participate in online feuds to sell tickets because she doesn't use look passes or her brand. Threes speak. The rising tide that some had anticipated would elevate everyone's boats instead appeared to be a tidal wave that only Clark could ride. Her absence demonstrated that Instagram engagement isn't synonymous with seats and bums or eyes on screens. As the queen regains her court, the repercussions, talent, and charisma of a generational star.